So in terms of the crafternoon prompt, where I had to spend an afternoon crafting, I did a couple pieces. I mainly focus a lot on like comfy crafts, so crochet, knitting, um, cross stitch, and all that. But I did decide to go a little out of my craft. In terms of what I started and what I made progress on, this is a little bag that I'm currently still in the process of making. I have some coasters, some succulent coasters. You can even see me, some succulent coasters. Uh, I still need to make the pot for this, but that's all right. I have two mittens, two back and front panels. Weaves have not been tucked in yet. And I have, these are just my photographs, a cross stitch, which I just started that my boyfriend got me. And then kind of wanted to step away as well from these comfy crafts and from my like line of comfort. I tried to do a tile painting. It's still not finished yet. I didn't have enough time or the resources I wanted to like fully encapsulate what I wanted for like and what I saw in my mind's eye, but it has been started and I do plan on finishing that soon. To me, crafting is also about being able to spend time and connect with the people I love. The cross stitch I completed was a kit I received from my boyfriend for my birthday. The succulent coasters were gifts that I intended to give to a teacher and colleague. The bag I started when I was with my childhood best friends as part of a craft night. Half of the craft skills that I picked up and showcased I had acquired throughout the years were simply a result of me seeking companionship or wanting to broaden my connections with other people that were already established in my life. And just breaking away from that for a moment, I do have to get a bit academic. Looking at the article Creativity and Mental Health, a profile of writers and musicians, they found that there is a strong association between creativity and mood disorder, but the literature supporting it was weak. Investigating further, researchers at UCLA actually found that it was the opposite. So then, where does this myth come from? At first glance, we see artists such as Van Gogh, Pollock, and Dali who suffered from mental illness and are hailed as being some of the best in their respective genres. Going further outside of the visual arts sphere into the performative, we see people like Kurt Cobain, Lindsay Lohan, Billie Eilish, Chappell Roan, and so many more suffer from mental illness and being hailed as creatives, capital C. But we must also remember that the arts and being creatives are forms of therapy, and being able to reclaim your voice when it might have been stolen from you. It acts as a way to overcome and tackle fears and traumas, and this is where I believe the myth of that tortured artist or tortured genius first comes in. We can see that here in the article The Link Between Creativity and Mental Illness, where it was only through art therapy did their talents get realized. UCLA's Knudsen also furthers this in saying that there is a bidirectional relationship where our emotional experience can shape our creative thinking, and our creative thinking can also shape our emotional experience. In this way, mental illness is used to embellish creativity and give it tones, but it's not to say that art is driven by it. Mental illness might shape some works, but it doesn't explain the brilliance of the artist itself. We can also look at the form of art therapy as a form of practice. What does mark the difference between someone suffering regularly from mental illness and not is that one of them uses art regularly and thus practices regularly. They become good as a result of their actions. It's not a means of nature, but rather a form of nurture. Some mental illnesses, like bipolar disorder, involve episodes of mania or hypomania, where individuals also feel highly energized, focused, and productive. During these periods, some individuals create prolifically, channeling these intense focus into art, music, or other creative outlets, and thus giving them more practice. In short, while there's no simple answer, the relationship between mental illness and creativity is thought to be complex, with shared characteristics and potential connections. But it's also worth noting that creativity is not inherently linked to mental illness and can thrive independently of it. Thank you for listening.